me! Oh my gosh, I forgot to turn my tits on. Hold up. I gotta do that. 1 second. I kind of forgot to do that. Hee 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 hee. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ho. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Uh, give me a second. Give me a second. I got change. Hold on. Ah! What the heck happened? What? What the frick nuggets? Gosh darn it. Bah. Da. Wah. Oh, gosh. There you go. Bing! Hello! Here on. Hold on. I could throw the love at me again. Ah, damn. It's even got a cooldown on me? That stinks. Alright, I'll give you it after. Hi, Poopy Bongwater! What's up? How are you? Ah! Fair enough. Fair enough. Hello, everybody! Hi, Raichu! Hi, Plague! Hi, Forgotten Agony! How are you guys? Ah! Can you guys believe it? We only need 10 more followers until we get to 500. Ah! It's so cool. It's so cool. I'm okay. I hope that you get better then. I hope that I can make you smile a little bit today. I am so flipping excited today because today we are going to be doing another Warhammer video. That's right, everybody. I'm excited. I saw that this was in the server. Who was it that sent it? I think the Emperor sent it. Hold on. Let me find it. Ideas and feedback. Oh, I see Snowman sent me something very specific. Okay, I will read that before I watch it. Where was it? Where was it? Where are you? Every Warhammer Fantasy faction explained.
Controversial statement.
So, we are going to be watching that today. And I am excited! Yeah, the Emperor. Yeah! Awesome. Almost there. Yes, we're almost there. I'm so excited. Listen, I didn't think we would get here this fast. Hopefully, today we can possibly reach our goal. If not, that's actually okay. But we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep doing little things like this until we reach that goal. So if it takes this stream, if it takes 2 streams, if it takes 5 streams, it's fine. It's fine. Whoa, I had to scoot my chair up. Gotta get comfy. I was eating dinner before this, and I was also talking to my friend Panda, for a little bit. Alrighty, time to lurk. Hi, Void! Thank you so much for lurking! Power bottom furry. That's me! That's me! Funny enough, I was just playing Space Marine 2 a bit ago. Look, I haven't played any of the Space Marine games yet. I'm still learning a lot about the lore. So I want to find out as much as I can about Warhammer, and then eventually we'll get into playing the games. But also, I am a broke bitch, so I can't just spend like $60 on one of the games. Join us, Battle Sister. I shall. I shall. I want to join you guys, but I know that there's a lot of like prejudice about women being in the Warhammer community. So it's fine. I'll be a nun. I'll be a nun or something. I'll help you guys medically or something like that. But you know what? I want to be one of the Eldars, one of those before they turn all horny and everything. There's no prejudice here. You sure? You promise? Welcome me with open arms, please. I was honestly torn on whether I should use this model for today or if I should use my chibi model. But I feel like the Warhammer video should be this model. I don't know. I don't know. I'm torn, but I love both my models and I want them both to have enough screen time. I mean, I haven't had it. Hell yeah. Yay! You know what though? Actually, on such a real note, the Warhammer community has just been so nice to me. like so extremely nice to me and so welcoming. Like I love it. It's honestly so much fun, like how much support they've been giving me. I'm just like hee 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 hee. Like you guys are so cool. I have appeared. Hi Techie, how are you? No, seriously, there's a faction of women in 40k universe that's called the Sisters of Battle. Ooh, I wonder if we'll learn about that today. I wonder if we'll learn about it today. Um, let me see. Okay, just trying to make sure I give enough time before we enter into the video and get things started. I figure we'll just talk for a second, just for a couple minutes before we get into the meat grinder of everything. I'm fine. Oh no! Why just fine? You should be fantabulous, fantastic, flitterific. I hope that your day gets better though. Oh, that's not in fantasy. 40k and fantasy are two different beasts. Really? Damn. I can hear my mom. I don't know if you guys can hear her. Got it. Okay. Sorry. My mom had to bring something in my room. Uh Let's see. If it's not covered in this 40k video, I can recommend one that covers it. Got it. We will be doing a lot of Warhammer stuff today, so yeah, I'd be down. I'd be down to watch whatever you send. I'd be busy with things to hopefully be good after, but time will tell. Hell yeah, let's go. Staying busy and staying productive is so freaking important. It is so freaking important, man. Um, ah, posture check. Okay, fine. I won't sit like a shrimp. You know how hard it is to not sit like a shrimp when you're streaming? Because I gotta be like, hello, hello. You know what? I have back issues. I need to get one of those like binders or something. Like not binders, but like one of those like bras that kind of like fix your posture. Like I think I need one of those because like I need stretching. Ugh. I need to stretch more. I wish I had points right now. Gosh damn it. What did he want to use them on? No! Snowman, don't enable him! Tech, you gotta wait your turn. You had so many. You freaking demolished me last stream. You demolished me. I had to put cooldowns on everything. Ah! Gosh damn it, Poopy Bong Water. Why? Why would you throw hearts at me? Everything, lol. Gosh damn it, Tech. Ah! You guys stink. You guys are stinky. So stinky. Oh my god, dude. I can't. I can't with you guys. You guys always make. Ugh! You guys always make me do stupid shit. Always. Always. God damn it. Okay. Now, let us. No, you, Day. Go shower. Bruh, I do shower. I shower all the time. What are you talking about? Don't even start with me, mister. Mister. Okay? Alright. Let us pan over. We're your chat. It's our job to bully you. Is it? Is it your job to bully me? I feel like this is abuse. I feel like it's abuse. And yes, I've stolen that phrase from Panda because Panda freaking says that way too often. Blink. There we go. There we go. It's a known fact Vtuber stinks. No, I don't. I don't smell. Look at. I smell like flowers. No, actually, I don't smell like flowers. I smell like strawberry pound cake. If you guys know that smell from Bath and Body Works, that's my smell. So every time you go there, you just want to like be like, I wonder what they would smell like. You can just go in there and just, you know. um, we're your chat. It's our job to bully you. Whatever. Sus. How is it sus? You're sus. And not gonna lie, I'm more partial to Bricky's Warhammer 40k videos. Yeah, I mean, I've only ever watched Bricky. This is Pancreas No Work, but this one was recommended to me. So we'll watch this. If we're not vibing with it, then we'll go back to Bricky, the Brickster. So we'll watch this one. We might watch 2 videos today of Warhammer stuff because honestly, I want to do some more Warhammer content, and if we could split this stream into 2 separate videos, that would be really cool. Gives us a lot more things to do. Says the one that's, do I need to find clips? Find clips of what? What do you got on me? You ain't got shit. You ain't got shit on me. Alright? Watch your mouth. Watch your tone. Watch it. Okay. So, like I said, this is from Pancreas No Work. I'm excited. Day that's verifiably false. How is it false? I'll grab the Bricky 2-part vids on the factions. Thank you! BRB. Thank you! Okay. So this is like 58 minutes long. The Warhammer videos are so fucking long. They're so long. And it's fine. But they're long and they're big and they're monsters. They are monsters. They just wait till I can spam points again. Why? Why would you do that? Okay. Posted. Thank you. It's because there's so much lore. There is. Okay, so the last reaction to Warhammer lore I got, there were so many comments. Like I think there's like hundreds of comments at this point on YouTube where they're telling me like all the things that are wrong or like that weren't explained enough. And I'm like, guys, how do you guys know all this? Like I admire it. I really admire how much like the fandom knows about it. Like they know so many details, and like they were like saying like, oh, Bricky forgot about this, or this wasn't explained correctly, or da 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 da. Like it was a lot. So yeah, it was a lot. Orky goes orc. Okay. Let's get into it. Oh, let me. I want to see like the best way I can format this so that way you guys can see the entire video without it getting cut out. So we're gonna go like that. Okay, there we go. Haha. I just don't want the chat to cover it because I've realized in some videos like it kind of cuts out the YouTube video. Oh my gosh, Daedric got a medal! Thank you so much! Thank you so much for the follow! I appreciate it! Welcome in! Thank you! To be for real, that was in the intro video to the universe. It's mostly a lot of generalizations until you can start deep diving. That's what I find crazy. That was like an hour long plus probably video, and I felt like I got so much information, and it's like, oh, honey, you are just scratching the surface. That's crazy. That's actually insane. This is so wild. So very wild to me. All right, let's start this video. Let's go.
Controversial statement. I like when people get into Warhammer. It's always a joy to have more people to play with and interact with in the hobby space. It's a new chance for me to try and convert someone, anyone, into accepting that the Eldar are actually really cool and interesting, and please, just for 5 minutes, stop saying elf bad. But speaking of elves, every time there's a wave of people that first learn about Warhammer, there's always one thing in common with them. None of them realize there's more to Warhammer than Space Marines, Tyranids, and Spikier Space Marines. There's a whole other pair of settings that also exist, and they just fly right under the radar half the time. And this sucks, because the best Warhammer setting is right there. Yeah, GW ended it, but then it came back. And if you don't want to, you don't even have to collect thousands of dollars of minis to play with this one. Kind of. Warhammer Fantasy has been around longer than even 40k. It's had its ups, it's had its downs.
Wait, longer than 40k? So is Warhammer Fantasy like the OG? Is that what it is? If so, that's cool. Also, I'm gonna put subtitles on because I'm an anime bitch and I need subtitles to like focus. Warhammer Fantasy is the OG. Yes. Bet. Awesome. Okay. I'm excited. Also, I think that like elves in Warhammer, I think that's so fucking cool. Like the whole like Slanesh thing and like how the Eldar like evolves into Slanesh, like even that concept alone was really cool from the last video. So I'm excited to see all the mythical creatures that are involved because, you know, Space Marines alone is badass, but when you incorporate like all of that fantasy aspect, it gets me going. Like I love fantasy so much. Warhammer has fantasy, has the actual Warhammer in it. Wait, is there like a oh my god, wait, is there gonna be like a hammer kind of like fuck, why can't I think of the sword? The sword! What is the sword called? The sword that you gotta pull out of the stone. Why King Arthur's sword? I think that's what it is. Is that it? Am I dumb? Excalibur? Yes! Excalibur! Yes, thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Oh my god. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. That. That. If it has Excalibur, like, does it have a version of Excalibur, but it's a Warhammer? Is that what it's gonna have? Because if so, that's so cool! Oh my god. I'm sorry. I geek out. I geek out over the lore. The lore! I can't help it. It is in my nuggies. It's in my nuggies. Okay, let's keep it going. I'm sorry.
It got blown up for a little bit, but thanks to Total War, Vermintide, and the constant nagging of the community, you can once again play in the old world. With elves, dwarves, and humans as standard, but also some more out there races, such
There's
as magical
dwarves?
frogs, rats, and Walmart
Frogs?
shoppers. And not enough people know about them.
Okay, first off, the rats, ew. Walmart shoppers is crazy. That's a crazy sentence. But I love dwarves! Whenever I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons, it's usually dwarves that I want to be. Day the Geek. Yeah, I am a geek. And what? And what? Okay? I used to even like roleplay, like fantasy roleplay on an app called Geeking. So if you know what that is, then please be my friend. Unless you were one of the PDF files, then stay far away from me. Total War Warhammer 3 is the best. Skaven are rats. I hate rats. I hate them. So, as somebody that identifies as an Eldar, um, I I need to commit arson on the Skaven, is what I'm hearing, because we don't allow for rodent issues here. Okay, I can't. I can't with rats. The Total War Warhammer trailers are pretty awesome to watch too, dude. Whatever you guys have for Warhammer, please send it in the Discord. I'd really appreciate it. Basically, yes, these rats have nukes though. Good luck. Nukes? You know what? You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. It's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle. I'm gonna go back to back to back to back to back. You know what? I'm willing to do that. Like I will find their nuke base and I'll just you know? Oh, I'm sorry. Warpstone. Yes, yes. Awesome. Okay. Let's keep it going. What is this one though? Why is it Walmart shoppers? Like what does that mean? Is it like I don't get what that faction is. Ogre? Oh, okay, ogres. Oh, okay. Okay, got it, got it.
Not nearly enough, and not nearly enough people learn that this setting is even a thing. So I'm gonna be doing my part today. Today I'm gonna learn you all about every faction in Warhammer Fantasy. Some of them had extensive army lists and plot relevance, some of them languished when unupdated army books for years on end, and some of them until recently were relegated to about 3 pages of back.
Thank you so much for the follow! Scroter! The Barbarian! 556! Thank you so much for the follow! Oh my god, guys! That means we only need 8 more! 8 more! 8 more! Let's go! Let's go! Thank you so much! They love to eat? Bro, I love to eat. I love to eat. So I get it. I get the ogres. Ogres remind me of Shrek though. So I guess that's why I didn't realize it was an ogre at first.
Background lore. Doesn't matter, we're doing it all. If you can conceivably consider it an actual faction, they'll be here. Think of it as a companion to this video. That one was me trying to overview the setting as a whole, and this one is about the groups of people in the setting. So let's dive into a world of fantasy and see what all that nonsense about them having the Warhammer is all about. But you're about to start listening to me list off all kinds of factions. And do you know what you
Yeah.
could be listening to me with?
What?
Raycon and their Everyday Earbuds, the
It's
sponsor of
the
this
ad.
video. Raycon's
Let's
Everyday
go.
Earbuds are some of the finest available on the market, and they've got a new and improved
Hello,
version
how
just
is
to go
everyone
that extra
today?
mile.
I'm
Let's just
good.
get right into
How
the
are
features of
you?
these bad boys.
Dude,
Multi-point
honestly,
connectivity,
so many
if you
people
and
get
someone else wanna
sponsored by
share the
Raycon.
music, you can
I'm-
with no problems.
It
Active
sounds a
noise
bit
cancellation,
quiet.
because
Okay.
sometimes the outside world just
There you
needs to
go.
take a step back for a bit. And a new sleek
we
ergonomic
go.
design to
Is
make
that
them
better?
look and feel better than ever
Um,
before. It's even got a cool protective case to
People
keep them
gotta
nice and
make money.
safe.
No, for
I've got them
real.
colored in a nice purple
Like,
in a galaxy-themed case.
so many
It's
people
got a
get
nebula
sponsored
on
by
it and everything.
Raycon.
It's
I
nice. You can
genuinely
get them in
wonder
other
if it's
options
that
though.
good.
There's plenty
Like,
of
I
colors to
kinda
choose
wanna
from.
test
You know what's
them
better than that?
just
A 32-hour
because
battery
they
life that
sponsor
gets 90
everybody.
minutes of battery per 10 minutes of
Like,
charging.
I'm
I
like,
forget
bro,
to charge
they
my
have
headphones
to-
pretty often,
they
and
have to be
combined with my
making
complete
bank.
and
Like, it
utter
has
lack
to
of
be such a
patience,
good
that's usually a
product
bad thing. But the
for
Everyday
it to be,
Earbuds
like,
got my back. You
everywhere.
can just charge them up for a little bit, and they're
But
good to go.
welcome in,
I use
Scroter.
them when I'm
Thank you
painting
so
or assembling
much.
minis. It's nice
I'm
and
good.
relaxing,
Was
and the sound
babysitting
quality
my
lets me
niece
tune
as
out
she
the
taught
world
me
and
the
get into
song
the
of
swing
her
of
people.
things.
Ooh,
This is
what
good because,
song?
as you can see, I have a lot of minis to work on. But even with your own shopping needs, you can still
I
enjoy
wanna
the
get the
Raycon
minis
Everyday
so
Earbuds.
bad.
Click the link in the description
Like,
or go
I
to
think that's the one,
buyraycon.com/pancreasnowork to get
thing that
15%
intrigues
off
me
your
the most
Raycon
about
purchase,
Warhammer.
plus free
Like,
shipping.
I want to
They're
get the
already half the
minis,
price of
but
other
I have
brands,
too
and
much
with
stuff
my
in
link,
my
you can
room.
get them at an
I
even
have like
better
300
price.
plus
Spice up
Funko
how you
Pops I
listen to
need to
music,
get rid of
podcasts, and
before
more
I
with
can even
Raycon's
think
Everyday
of
Earbuds.
investing in
Now then,
minis.
let's talk about where it all began.
Orcs
That's
and
orc
goblins.
spelled with a
Let's
C,
go.
by the way, not a K. But across the board, the greenskins of Warhammer Fantasy aren't that different from the ones in 40k, which is why we're starting with them. They like to fight, they're mushroom people, they're green.
They're
if you took an orc
mushroom
from 40k
people?
and
What
put
do
them in
you
a
mean?
greenskin tribe and
Wait! Hold on. Mushroom! Thank you so much, Celine! Thank you so much for joining the Shrimmy Army! Thank you! Welcome in! Hold on. I need to move myself down a little bit. Hold up. I gotta go ghost real quick. I gotta move myself down. There we go. And boink. And boink. And boink. There we go! Now you can see my whole mushroom. Hello! They reproduce asexually. The orcs reproduce by releasing spores. That's crazy. Orcs are a fungus that grow, hence why they are so annoying to remove from a planet in 40k. They don't have genders. Orcs! Greenskins are fun. Da 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 da. Followed by 20 minutes of raspberries. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god, dude. Listen, I knew I love the orcs though. I love shrooms. I love mushrooms and not the drug. Just regular, smegular fantasy mushrooms. I love the mushrooms that are red with white spots. That's why I have this hat. Look at it bounce. Bounce. That's why you guys are called my shroomies. That's why you guys are called my shroomies. It's so cool. Fun fact, the only way to purge them from a planet is to destroy the planet itself. That's how infestaciousness? Infestious? What is the word? How do you say that? When a place is infested with something, just know that that's what I'm trying to mean. That's cool. That's so cool. They're so fun, they're so stupid, and I love my idiot sons. Dude, they're too tenacious. Thank you. Infectious? There you go, that too. Or they have the tyrannades eat them. That's cool. That is so cool. I love the orcs even more so now. The orcs, if I was not an Eldar Slanesh little goblin pixie, I would definitely be an orc. In another world, in another timeline, I would be an orc. Just so you guys are aware, that is exactly what I would be. So, let's keep it going.
in fantasy, he probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Might wonder why no one has a decent shooter hanging around, but he'd be content with his life regardless. He might even be happier, because these orcs have characters like Grimgor instead of Ghazghkull. There are no thinking and tactics for Grimgor, only beating everything near him to death. The Greenskins used to have some pretty different lore, being closer to D&D than anything else. They had half-orcs, and they didn't reproduce with mushroom spores. Then as time went on, that was moved away from, and eventually we came to where we are now in the old world. That being that the orcs hopped a ride with the old ones' ships when they came to the Warhammer fantasy world. More on them later. From there, they naturally began spreading out across the entire world. The old ones and their servants did their best to get rid of the orcs, as they did all other races they weren't quite fond of, but you can't get rid of the orcs once they're on a planet. It's just not possible. So nowadays, if you wander around a given area long enough, chances are you'll find some greenskins kicking about, making things worse for whoever lives there. The orcs themselves are one of the biggest similarities between the two settings. The biggest guy is in charge of the tribe, and if you get a real big boss, he might be in charge of multiple tribes. And when you get a really big boss, you can get a whole proper WoW going. When this happens, you usually get a whole lot of dead humans and dwarfs. Painting something red still makes it go faster, painting it blue makes it luckier, and can block arrows from killing the blue-painted orc. And they still love looting. Not nearly as much as in 40k, but you can always find an orc in a tribe wearing dwarf plate armor or wielding a human greatsword he grabbed off a corpse. They do have some more savage brethren who judge other orcs for using things like basic tools or digging a pit to shit in rather than just letting it drop where you stand, but aside from being a bit more magical, those orcs aren't really all that different. Where you get the biggest change, though, is with the goblins. See, in 40k, grots are an entire species of plot irrelevance to the orcs. You'll get one like Makari once in a blue moon who are allowed to be in the shadow of the spotlight of a far more famous orc, but the goblins in fantasy are an actual threat all by themselves. Sure, they're still cowardly and will refuse a stand-up fight unless they outnumber the enemy 40-1. Sure, they're still kicked around by the orcs and are used to do all the manual construction stuff. And sure, they're still slightly smarter than the orcs, so anything resembling any actual construction or research is done by them. But every now and then, not often, but every now and then, you get a goblin who's a cut above the rest. And when that happens, everyone's in trouble. The goblins are cunning little buggers. They know in a straight-up fight they're gonna lose, so they'll wait till the biggest orc around is sleeping and slit his throat, or poison his food, or convince him there's something shiny in a nearby cave filled with hungry trolls. And sometimes, if they're really insane, they'll overdose on literally magic mushrooms, and when they come back to reality, they've slaughtered every orc in charge in a manic frenzy. Now instead of a big...
There's magic mushrooms in this world? I need to only play Fantasy Warhammer. That is it. That is it. You've convinced me. You have convinced me to join the Fantasy Warhammer, like, legions and everything. No, you've convinced me. There is magical mushrooms. That is all I need in my life. That is all I'll ever need in my life. I'm excited. Also, these goblins, okay. I think it's controversial to say I watched this anime. So if it is, editor, edit this out. But these goblins remind me of the goblins from Goblin Slayer. And, okay, yes, I know it's controversial. However, as somebody, as a woman, I feel I'm allowed to say Goblin Slayer is actually a pretty good anime. Yes, don't get me wrong, they're controversial to nerds. Exactly, to dorks. You know, but I'm a dork, and I'm a nerd. You know what? No, it's just controversial to, like, people that are so sensitive. Listen, it's a great anime. It is a really great anime. And that's what these goblins remind me of. And those goblins are fucking scary. Those goblins are genuinely scary. So I can totally understand why. Like, maybe it's because I've watched that anime so much, that it's like, oh, okay, well, this is why, like, the goblins can be like their threat of their own, because I like that. I like how, like, in fantasy I don't believe goblins should ever be known as stupid. They are, like he said, like, very cunning creatures, you know what I mean? um Honestly, yeah, it makes sense. Of course it's good. It honestly is. It's just decent. I like it. Did you ever read the manga for it? I haven't. I have not read the manga for it. I want to, though. I want to. I've watched, I think I'm caught up on the anime itself, but I'll never forget. Maybe it's because I've been in the trenches when it comes to, like, watching anime. Like, I've watched a ton of anime. Like, ranging all over. So it's funny because my youngest brother, he watched Goblin Slayer, and he told me, that's the most disgusting anime I've ever watched. It's so bad. You should never watch it. Da, da, da. And of course, because he said that, I wanted to watch it. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, bro, what do you mean? It's that bad? Like, I have to figure it out. And so I watched a couple episodes, and I'm like, you know what? This is actually pretty good. This is pretty based. This, like, I don't know, man. Day the Weeb. I am a weeb. I have like 300 plus Funko Pops of anime to prove that I'm a weeb. I am one of the biggest weebs. He's never seen any truly bad ones then. Yeah, he also judges me for liking Food Wars, but Food Wars is amazing, in my opinion. Orcs and goblins are fun, but I enjoy the flesh eater courts for the Age of Sigmar. Ooh. Ooh. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what else they have because like this is just the tip of the iceberg. Goblin Slayer is baby disturbing. Shut up. You watch some crazy shit though, to be fair. You have a collection of Funko Pops? Yes, I have like 365 Funko Pops total in the box. I have I think 10 out of the box, and then I have a bunch of anime figurines. I have a whole manga collection. I even have like anime posters and anime stickers on my sticker wall. I have a lot of anime stuff. So, yeah, I'm kind of a nerd. I saw your wall, but Jesus, 300? Yeah, 365 to be fair. Honestly, if you like dwarves, there's a second dwarf faction for you. I love dwarves. I love anything pertaining to fantasy. I really do. I really do. Okay. Let's keep it going.
Green moron who just about knows which way is forward leading the army, you have someone like Skarsnik leading an orc army. A green little Sun Tzu who's going to run circles around you and your entire military. Or you can get one that pretty much just lucks into the position, like Grom the Paunch, hallowed be his girth. Instead of being clever, he just got incredibly lucky and was forced to eat troll meat. Instead of exploding, which is normally what happens when you do that, he just kept growing alongside it. 3 things happened. 1, he got so incredibly fat he'd beat rival orcs by sitting on them. 2,
wow.
He became a legend among goblins everywhere, the alpha male fantasy they all wish they could be. And 3, he nearly ended the world by sailing from the equivalent of the Middle East or Africa to the middle of the Atlantic and destabilizing the High Elves. If you like grots but wish they could, do anything important ever, maybe take a look at the goblins. Their history really isn't anything special though, mostly because they're greenskins and what you see is what you get. Usually, they beat each other up. Every now and again, one of them beats up enough orcs that he convinces them all to go beat someone else up instead. This continues until that war boss is killed, and then the orcs disband and go back to beating each other up again. Some evil dwarfs like to use them as slaves, and when they tried to make bigger, stronger, and smarter orcs to use as slaves, they immediately learned why that was a bad idea when the orcs revolted. If you like being mean and green, you'll like the orcs. And one crucial thing I nearly forgot, they love to dance. Warzag may be the prophet of the orc gods first, but he's a hell of a dancer second. Now let's get out of the realm of similarities and into some things fantasy really does different. When the old ones showed up,
I think overall with like the orcs and all of that, I'm excited. I think the orcs and the goblins, those are just like the basic things that all of them get into. Done Cats, thank you so much for the follow! I appreciate it! Welcome in. Day hoarding? I am a hoarder. That's why I say I am damn near a goblin myself. I am a pixie at heart. I truly am. I hoard things. I like shiny things, and I like to live in my little hole. My little hole. I remember Warhammer Online and OK MMORPG. Really? That's really cool. I see that there's like a lot of different Warhammer games. I need to go down a video where it explains all the different games that are out there of Warhammer, of the Warhammer factions. Lizard Men from Fantasy equals old ones from 40k. 6 more. Damn, there's 6 more factions? Let's go. Okay, let's keep it up. Oh, wait, no, 6 more until 500. Let's go! Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, that's crazy. I'm sorry, I got it. I understood it late, though. The Warhammer rabbit hole. Dude, I'm excited. I like the Warhammer rabbit hole. It's so much fun. But this is really cool. This kind of reminds me of like a Star Wars build. So the fact that it's like little lizards or scalies, I like the scales. Okay.
It does different.
Lizard men, let's
go. When the
go.
old ones showed up, the planet they arrived on was ideal for creating the ultimate weapon to fight chaos. Of course, they still had to create it. So to do that, they started by moving the planet closer to the sun to warm it up, which pissed off a lot of things on it, like the dragons. Speaking of, there were a lot of races on the planet that wouldn't really like to share the room with the Old Ones' creations. So to help them with the legwork, as well as get rid of all those fellas, the Old Ones created the Lizardmen. They also created most of the other playable races in the setting, so unless otherwise stated...
Who did that? Raul! Why would you do that to me? Well, I was locked in. You jerk. Those trippy space frogs. Honestly, I think that the Lizardmen look really fucking badass. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not one to usually be like, oh, ah! God damn it, Raul. Tempting. 430 points. Tech, leave me be! You jerk-a-lurk! You are abusing your powers. You're abusing your powers, and that's not fair or fun. But I'm not usually one that would be like, look at those lizard men, you know, like, but like, I don't know, something about this one right here specifically, and this one, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I just like a girl knows what a girl wants. You know what I mean? You want to spend. I'm not saying that. I wouldn't go that far to say it. Days being a fae again. Maybe I am. And what's it to you? Lizardmen have some nice looking models. That's what I'm saying. Like, why are they built like that? I mean, it's what's implied, right? Like, I don't know. I can't help it. I can't help it.
Started out as the test tube babies of the Old Ones in one way or another. The Lizardmen were not this ultimate weapon against chaos, although they were still pretty good at fighting. You know how I said the orcs resisted extermination by the Old Ones?
Yeah.
That was just them who managed it. Everyone else fell under a tide of angry lizards, dinosaurs, or angry lizards riding dinosaurs. With that small little bit of genociding out of the way, the Old Ones set about making the world fit their needs. The Lizardmen were their chief assistants, and to be the best secretaries they could possibly be, the Old Ones made them in several different flavors. All of them with a dash of Mesoamerican cultures thrown in, because if you have the option to have Aztec lizard riding dinosaurs, you have no good reason not to take it. First,
wait, they have Aztec? That's fucking dope! It's my people! It's my people! Oh my god, that's so freaking cool. I mean, I don't come from Aztec specifically. I come from the, what is it called? I forgot what it's called. It starts with an O. I can't remember the name of it right now. But that's so cool. That's so cool. It's already well established. Wait, what? Date, you got interesting kinks. It's already well established that she's a furry. We have the clips. Gosh damn it. A couple streams ago. No, not Olmex. Hold on. Let me look. Hold on. Give me a second. Otomi. They're from the Otomi tribe. My family is, at least. Got more dirt on Date. Gosh damn it, Tech. You have too much dirt on me already. Gosh, leave me be. But yeah, I come from the Otomi tribe, which is really, really cool. And so, but just seeing like Hispanic culture mixed into anything like this awesome is so fucking dope. I love it. Hey, it's amazing to hear. Hell yeah. What should I call it? I am American born, right? But my grandparents are from Mexico. So it's really cool. Wait, which one? Otomi. Otomi. Really cool. A lot of people like to think that I'm not Mexican because of the way I speak, but it's cool. Jake the made it. Oh, you guys know each other? That's so cool. Hello, hello, welcome. Oh my god, it's Toad. Hello. Wait, I need to check my DNA test. Dude, I need to take a DNA test. That'd be so cool. I need to take one of those. It'd be really cool to learn more about myself. Okay, let's keep it going on these lizard men, though. Also, is that a frog? That looks really cool. And I also like, besides just having lizards, like um, they also have like dinosaurs mixed in with it. Bro, mine is the same. Let's go, Tech! Damn, we could be cousins, dude. Fat Magic Toad. That's fucking cool. Oh my god.
Next you have the Slan. The Slan are the best wizards in all the world. They may be big fat toad people, but the first generation ones were the ones who changed the entire planet's orbit, moving around where it needed to be in space. Moving down the generational line, they did get weaker, but that's highly relative. Second generation Slan could only cause entire mountain ranges to suddenly appear at the drop of a hat. These were the lizardmen who directly worked with the old ones, and delivered their messages and will to the rest of them. Next you have the Saurus. Stupid people might think that since the lizardmen are a Bronze Age civilization at best, they're not much of a threat. Then an 8-foot-tall monster from the Cretaceous period clubs you to death with an obsidian axe, and you find out just how the Saurus were able to depopulate an entire planet. These were the generals of the lizardmen armies. They were bred for war and only war. They're pretty straightforward, and all their characters have the same background of bred to kick ass, but this is Warhammer. That's a feature, not a bug, and they break it down to its simplest possible form. Next are the Skinks. They're little chibi gecko axolotl things that do to the day-to-day management of lizardmen society. You need the building planned out or to do basic diplomacy, you send the Skinks. They're also...
You know, something about this like character design for the Skinks, whoever did this art of them, it looks very similar to like Mexican Indian tribal type of like feathering and everything like that. I think it's really, really cool. I think that's so cool. Also, the toads, the toads are really fucking dope. Like the fact that they were the ones that were pushing the Earth into the closer orbit of the sun. That's fucking badass. That is really fucking cool. Um, I wonder how they were able to like get that power though. Like, what made the toads evolve into that? You know what I mean? It's super fucking cool though.
Skirmishers. When the trees start speaking Great Planese, it's the Skinks doing it. They've even got their own god all to themselves, Sotek. It was a bit of a controversy when he came around at first, but the rest of the lizardmen seemed content enough to let him be worshipped. Finally, we have the Croxagores. They're alligator men. They build the buildings and gator death roll all over enemy armies. That's it, but that's all they need to do. When Chaos first came in the old one...
That's fucking cool! Oh my god! I love the lizard men. Like, they are broken up into like these different factions, and that's so... I think that's so freaking cool, dude. What?
Once fled, the lizardmen had to figure out how to not only survive, but continue the old ones' work in their absence, which they kind of sort of have been pulling off a little bit. They held off the invasion at the cost of almost all the first Slan and most of their spawning pools, turning them into a very numerically disadvantaged race. Not that this stops them from still sometimes rampaging across the world, but they are largely held up in the jungles of Lustria nowadays, also known as South America, because Warhammer Fantasy is just Earth if someone with really shaky hands drew a map of it. They're isolationists, the Slan will spend centuries at a time meditating on the few plaques the old ones have left, and they really hate when tourists come to Lustria because it's usually to steal those plaques. They're all gold, you see, because gold doesn't tarnish or rust. Convenient for writing things down in a jungle, less convenient when all the warm bloods come to steal the shiny stuff. If you see a lizardman army, you're either screwed because the Great Plan dictates your death, or screwed because you're somewhere they don't think you should be. Very simple faction, but again, that's a positive. Sometimes being dino-brained is the way to go.
You know what? Yeah, I like the lizardmen. The lizardmen I think are really fucking cool. Like, I don't think I would want to join the lizardmen faction, but I can totally see myself like befriending one of the lizardmen. You know what I mean? So is this some sort of scaly isekai or something? Nope, this is the OG land of the Warhammer. Yes, Mudar uploaded a video about 23andMe today, and the thumbnail didn't look too good. Days of Scaly confirmed. We confirmed this during the Pokemon thing. Shut up. Shut up. Don't judge me, Milk. Gosh damn it. Yeah, you know what? I didn't know that 23andMe was going through some shit. That's scary. That's scary because it has a lot of people's DNA. Like a lot. I mean, unlike 40K, fantasy allows alliances actually. Really? That's cool. That's actually really fucking cool. Wait, is she a lizard person? I shut up. Tech, see, this is why you gotta be here for the streams. Fungus people aren't animal or plants. Unlike a 40K, there are multiple human factions independent of each other. Oh. Oh. Okay. So that's why this is the Empire of Man, and I'm sure there will probably be another faction. Damn, wait, hold on. If we're going Empire of Man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18, 19, 20. So there's 20 total factions within the Warhammer. That's insanity. That is actual insanity. So which one is the good faction? All of them. That's what I'm finding out. It depends on what your needs are, I would say, for Warhammer, from what I'm understanding. Like, whatever you want to specifically be, it'll have to be like what like fits you the best. Uh there's a lot. Yeah, there's a ton. Okay, let's keep it going.
Also known as the Imperium, but not as awful. These guys are the default protagonist faction. They're the strongest nation of men in the world, and that's no meaningless boast here, because there's actual competition they have in that department, unlike the Imperium. They formed about 2,500 years prior to the setting's modern day, when a pretty cool dude named Sigmar was born. Sigmar had a dream, uniting the
Sigma. That's what he sounds like. He sounds like a Sigma. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, that's Gen Alpha brain rot. Fucking. I spend too much time with my younger siblings. Help.
scattered tribes of barbarian into one unified nation of mankind to drive back the darkness and bring peace to the land. He did this chiefly by beating up everyone who disagreed with him, but in fairness,
Mood.
most of them deserved it. If this sounds familiar,
Mood.
let me just remind you that this guy was here first. Plus, Sigmar realized that outright killing everyone just because they disagree with you is perhaps a bad idea that will lead to problems later down the line, so he settled for only beating them up. Sigmar didn't just beat up people though, he also beat up a lot of orcs. Like, a whole lot of orcs. So many orcs that the dwarfs swore eternal friendship with mankind, because if Sigmar is so kick-ass, surely the rest of humanity can't be that bad either. He united most of the tribes of man in the area, and you better believe I'll come back to the most later, and formed the Empire of Man. 50 years later, he just up and left, a little bit after that he became a god, and the Empire soon worshipped Sigmar as the chief god of their pantheon. The Empire is pretty unique as far as fantasy factions go. Usually a fantasy setting will reach the medieval era, and then very explicitly never move past that for the next trillion years of its history. The Empire isn't like that. When Sigmar was doing his thing, it was barely the Iron Age. The dwarves giving them steel weapons every now and then was considered the height of technological advancement. Nowadays, 2,500 years later, the Empire has tanks. Good tanks? Yeah. Look, for a Renaissance age civilization, tanks are pretty damn impressive no matter how good they actually are. They have factories, mechanical horses, and countless other things that make you wonder if the book you're reading was put in the fantasy section by mistake. They also have wizards who scam people out of $50 for the thrill of it, politicians who constantly need to be wrangled by the one competent guy in the entire government, and enough floppy hats to arm the entire Holy Roman Empire with. They're still normal people, though. The three things that make the Empire great aren't genetically modified super soldiers, or lost technological secrets from a golden age, or even the direct intervention of their gods. It's faith, steel, and gunpowder. A whole lot of each. Give a man a halberd, a cause to fight for, and his friends by his side, and it turns out you can push back even the most determined of evil murder Vikings time and time again. Most Warhammer fantasy books follow the Imperial characters around, and you get a good feel for just how fleshed out this land is through them. You've got the Heartlands, sure, places like Altdorf where it's interconnected with the wider world, magic runs through the very city through its colleges of magic, and elves and dwarfs can be seen regularly. Then you have backwater shitholes like Ostermark, where the people are outnumbered by everything nearby that wants to kill them, and guns are still a scary black magic invention for a good half the population. Or Averland, whose most noticeable trait is that they hunt halflings for sport there. There's halflings in the Empire, by the way. They can vote on the next emperor because they baked a previous one a really good meal.
That's really fucking cool. So I like the thing that I like about this like empire of humanity right here, the empire of man. I like that it's built off of the idea of Renaissance type of mankind. That is definitely like things that I love and I enjoy the most because it like it says it's very much, oh, it seemed like the underdog and they just fight with brute power, like, and force and willpower. Like, that is so fucking cool to be able to do that and to be able to be like, alrighty, well, you know what, fuck you orcs. You know what it reminds me of? There's that meme where it's like, you want what he's having. It's Batman beating up someone. You want what he's having. No justice for Gotham. Like, that's what Sigmar seems like to me. Just like that kind of ruler. And the fact that he not only became just a legend, he became a fucking god in this world is so fucking cool. Also, poor halflings. Like, I love halflings so much. And the fact that they're getting murked for sport is so fucking rude. That's such a spit on them. Like, really? You're gonna do that to our halflings, dude? Like, they made a really good meal. And halflings, you know what? I agree with this notion and this, like, take. Halflings definitely 1000% can cook like no other. Like, I support halflings. If you're a halfling, I will protect you. Come to me, my babies, because I love halflings so much. Like, if I'm not a dwarf in D&D, I'm a halfling. Like, those are the two things I always choose. It's so cool. Okay, wait. Let me see what you guys are saying. Good factions are typically the Empire, Bretonia, Kislev, Cathy, the High Elves, the Dwarves, and the Lizardmen. Boo! Sigmar sucks! Archaon deserves the world Sigmar is holding. Bro, why are you talking shit about my Sigmar? What the fuck? 6 of 20, that's not bad. Sigmar is holding the Warhammer. Is he? Sigmar is the King Arthur equivalent. That's dope. No wonder I like him so much. No wonder I like him so much. Quick, take the map while nobody is looking. Stop it! Stop it! Don't steal the map! What do you mean? What do you mean? LOL, I always just think of halflings from Blood Bowl. I haven't. Blood Bowl. What the fuck? Why didn't I say that right? I don't know what that is. I could take him. Sure, you could, Milk. The Total War Warhammer series has been out for almost a decade, and halflings are still not a playable race. Why? We need to get on that Warhammer community. What are you talking about? Why are the halflings not playable? You know what? Fuck it. You know what? Here, we're gonna start it. We're gonna start it. I know that the Warhammer faction is fucking. You know what? I'm an author. Can I start partaking and making Warhammer halflings available? Is that a thing? Can I make it a headcanon? Can I make it a homebrew? Because this is ridiculous. I'm gonna write a whole homebrew book on why halflings should be playable in Warhammer. You know what? That's why I'm gonna pay even more attention to this fucking game. Because we need the halfling representation. Halflings deserve representation in our nation. Halflings deserve representation in our nation. God damn it. We deserve to be here together. Happy birthday. It's not my birthday, silly goose. But welcome in. Hi, Grim Reaper. Welcome in. I'm good. How are you? It's rugby and Warhammer Fantasy, and people die because they'd get squashed, probably. Too small to be worth the cost of coding them into the game. Halflings make good snacks. It's Warhammer Fantasy, but they found an old rule book of the NFL, called it Nuffle, and made a sport of it to kill peeps doing that instead of war. The small is not worthy. No! No! I refuse! I refuse! Halflings can be strong and mighty! They're tiny but mighty! This is bullshit! This is bullshit! What do you mean the halflings aren't here? This is bullshit! Grim Reaper, thank you so much for the follow! Thank you! I appreciate you! Oh my god, wait, that's only 5 more. No, it's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. My birthday is in April. April 25th. Be there. Because we will be doing a subathon. Thank you. The small ones. 4 more a day. Only 4? Hold up. Hold up. Hold on. We're coming in. Wait. Hold on. I wanna check the stats. I gotta check the stats real quick because I gotta see. 6. You're right! It's only 4 more! That's crazy! That's actually insanity! That is insanity! What? Oh my god. Okay, we could go back. Don't judge me. In Blood Bowl, so many halflings died in a game, they had to make a new rule that limited the rosters to 16-man roster. That's crazy. No, I won't stand for this slander. Halflings deserve representation in this nation. We deserve to be represented. They are mean cooks. You know what? No, I'm gonna write a whole book. You guys, fuck it. I need a sticky note. Where's my stickies? Where is my sticky notes? We need this. I need this. Give it to me. Halfling book Warhammer. Fuck you guys. Fuck what you say. Fuck all of you. If you disagree, well, guess what? You're just stupid. Because I'll be damned. They deserve fair treatment. Where is it? Give me. I need to put this on my fucking. I need to put this on my computer, so that way I could see it and I could remember to do it. There. See? Sticky note is on my monitor. It is happening. You guys will see this. You will see this. They use this if you want to see your account live. Let me go to my room. Okay. What is this? Oh, okay, cool. Can I put that in my stream or no? See, on here it says I'm at 495, but oh, now it jumped up to 496. Okay, so it just updated. Okay, cool. Let me see. Okay. Sorry. Oh, there's a 3-minute ad. All right. We'll wait for the ad to go through. We'll wait for the ad. We'll just chat until the ad is done. You need to log in to add it. Oh, okay. No halflings allowed day. That sign doesn't apply to me because I can't read. Exactly. Listen, I can read. In fact, I'm going to write. Fuck you. Fuck your chicken strips. Fuck this heresy. I refuse. I refuse for this to be the fate for my poor halfling. Okay. Other. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can put this counter on. Also, Stream Elements has something to can add IRC. Really? Okay. That's cool. Let me. How do I add it? Copy widget for OBS. Cool. Wait. Okay. Wait. Is that what it is? I don't know if that's what it is. Okay. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. We'll see. Think. Let's do browser. Okay. What is it? What are you? Damn. That didn't work. I don't know what that was. Okay. Whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out for next stream. Day, you're talking about a game that's been going on since 1987. You ain't changing shit. I'm changing everything. What do you mean? My name is Day, okay? It is a new day. It is a dawn of a new day. And you know what that means? That means we're getting fucking halflings in Warhammer! We're getting halflings! Use stream elements and edit your overlay. Ugh, that's too much work to do midstream. It's genuinely too much work to do midstream. Oh, haha. Hold on. Damn it. I just broke the immersion. The immersion. Okay. Gimme. There we go. Dawn of a new day is just... It just means more dead halflings. No, it doesn't. Okay, the ad break is finishing. Let's go. If you say so, Lemidge. How dare you? How dare you take it back? Take it back. We are getting halflings. We are getting halflings in this bitch. Okay? Alright, let's keep it going.
They also had a civil war over pie. Don't be a halfling in Everland. You're gonna decorate someone's mantelpiece sooner or later. Of course, this is still Warhammer, fantasy or not. Sure, I said it's not as awful as the Imperium, but it still has witch hunters who will burn you alive for being a wizard, or being a mutant, or just for being a bit too ugly, because that's also a sign of chaos mutation. And it's still a Renaissance Age civilization. For 90% of people, this means it's a medieval civilization, but you might see more pretty statues and paintings than your ancestors did. You're still probably gonna die of the water making you poop too much. They're bordered by the undead, beastmen are everywhere once you leave the city limits, and worst of all, they have people who have sex with horses for neighbors. The Empire is constantly on the defense. From orcs, from chaos, from beastmen, which are a different kind of chaos, and really anyone else who's feeling a bit bored that day. But the average citizen of the Empire will do their part to keep the hordes at bay, and at the end of the day, they did this for 2,500 years until the authors decided reality itself had to go, which is a pretty good track record. They're a human, relatable nation, like if the Imperial Guard got to actually be the main characters of 40K instead of Space Marine 9001, model on sale now for $60. It's grounded with people having normal struggles, but also fantastical, with wizards and monsters being everywhere. They do have one ultimate ace in the hole though, the reigning emperor, Karl Franz. The best statesman in the old world, the guy who wields the Warhammer. You know the one, the actual real-life Warhammer logo. That's his, and he's very good at using it. He's the kind of politician who could convince you into giving him everything you own and leave you thinking you got the better deal, but also the kind of person who wouldn't do that to you. He's got everyone's interest at heart, and overall, this guy's the best emperor in Warhammer. Not Warhammer Fantasy, Warhammer in general. Kiss my ass, corpse worshippers. This one can walk, talk, and beat you to death in the name of the Empire. If you like related...
Oh, he just declared war against everyone. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think he's the best emperor? Like, honest opinions only. Do you think he's the best emperor? If so, why? If not, why not? I gotta know. I'll DM you the place to look so you can add it later. Sounds good. Sounds Gucci. He's a wuss? Damn! Shots fired! Ba 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 ba! Burr, 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 burr. Hail chaos! Well, I mean, his sons did not try to murder him. Compelling argument. What is your case? Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you see. Oh my gosh. I don't know enough about the emperors, specifically like of each other, to make it like, oh, one is better than the other. So far, I just know like a baseline view of both emperors. He's not an immortal though. Fair point. That is a fair point. But does the emperor have the Warhammer in 40K? Because I feel like Warhammer was revolved around this emperor. Alright, I have to dip for now. Later, y'all. Bye, Techie! Thank you so much for being here. 40K Emperor is a perpetual, pretty sure Karl Franz is not. Nor is Franz a magic user psyker. Okay, no, that's fair. Yeah. See, I don't know enough, but I'm just thinking lore-wise, that's what I would have to say. Like, does the current Emperor have the Warhammer? If it wasn't built around him, then I don't know, man. I don't know. I would like, you know what? I wonder if they made an animation, because I know I'm sure I'm not gonna come up with any original ideas besides the halfling thing, for like anybody to do. But is there an animation where it's like all the emperors against each other, like Sigmar, the emperor, and Carl? Like, are they? Is there a battle where it's like battle royale? Bim, 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 bim. You know, like that. That'd be really fucking cool. That would be really cool. Or like there's this YouTuber where they do like battles against each other. Um where it's like, "Oh, would Tracer win against so and so for Marvel Rivals?" you know, and stuff like that. Like all this stuff. And I think it would be really cool to see that. To see that. LOL, no, closest you got was an animation of a Space Marine librarian versus Darth Vader. Huh. I'll be damned. We gotta get on this shit, guys. We gotta get on this. We gotta. You know what? Fuck it. I'll make an animation. Fine. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not good enough at art. But that'd be really fucking cool. That'd be really cool to see like them actually fight against each other and be like, who won? Who's next? You decide. Oh my gosh, is there epic rap battles of history? No, wait. They wouldn't have that for Warhammer. Never mind, scratch that. Scratch that. I understood my stupidity as soon as I said it out loud. This is where I say sometimes I don't think things right, like, or sometimes I don't say, like, I don't think before I say things. That's what I should say. I don't think before I say things. I just say things and then it just comes out. I'm like, I think I kind of missed it. I think yeah. Epic rap battle Joker versus Pennywise was fun. Oh, okay. Wait. So yeah. You know, my favorite epic rap battles was probably Joan of Arc versus Miley Cyrus. That was hilarious. That was genuinely so funny to me. I know the whole thing. But all right, let's get back into this. Sorry, editor.
Relatable folk with a touch of the fantastic, Sigmar and his people have your back. But I did say most tribes are united by Sigmar. Unfortunately, a couple weren't able to be integrated for one reason or another. Let's talk about the one that I like first. Kislev is all of Eastern Europe thrown into a pot and mixed to boiling until it coagulated into one Slavic specialty stew. They live in a frozen hellhole, which is also their country's greatest defense. They wear thick fur pelts. They have winged hussars. They also squat in the middle of a battlefield, because such is the natural state of the Kislevite. And vodka. Even the dwarfs and their genetically ingrained alcoholism respect the drinking skills of a Kislevite. Kislev's job in the setting is to face tank chaos invasions before they get to the Empire of Man, which they do pretty well. Half their cities are torn down in the process, but they're a hardy bunch. They walk into the winter snow, and when everyone occupying their land freezes to death, come back in and rebuild. Their religion is different from the Empires and they view them as weak southerners, but the two nations are still staunch allies. Mostly because when the forces of actual hell are your neighbors, anyone else is going to be a good friend. They're led by the Tsar or Tsarina of Kislev, because GW was worried you wouldn't understand which region this place is based off of. Many times, and indeed the last one before the world blew up, this was an ice witch, a handy person to have running your country when a raging blizzard is considered a mild day. You still can't play as Kislev in the old world, thank you GW for that extreme blue balling, but they had some pretty heavy redesigns and a lot of the marketing for the old world did at one point feature Kislev. Here's hoping GW realizes that winged hussars riding bears is something people are interested in. Shame that sentence needs to be said. I don't know why anyone would ever need to be told that. Blat.
I like the fact that they ride those polar bears. The polar bears are really fucking cool. I think honestly that faction Kislev, they seem like they would be fucking like top notch in battle. So I think they're very badass. Like if your favorite season is winter, I could definitely see you playing one of them. I personally would not because I don't like being cold, but I can see the appeal. I mean, I am a fire pixie after all, so I could never do it in the winter. Like I can't deal with that. Um, but I can see the appeal. That's really fucking cool that it's led by a witch too, like an ice witch. Basically, it's basically run by Elsa. Let it go, let it go. I'm sorry. I'm done. Okay. Hi, Andy. Welcome in. How are ya? I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for joining. Hello. Oh yeah, that's fun, right? It's so fun. I love it. Oh my god. Okay, so this is the other human faction. What is it called?
Bleat. These are those
Bretonian.
people who have sex with horses. When Sigmar
Excuse me? Heresy! Heresy! No! What do you mean they have sex with horses? Why? Why? This is heresy! Burn it! Burn it now! Burn it! These are the My Little Pony factions! These are the bronies! The bronies of Warhammer! Help! 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 Somebody get them! Oh my god, it's so gross. I'm good chilling and puppy sitting. Let's go! How's the pupper? They're French? That makes sense. I said what I said. The French don't like Americans anyways. Fuck you! Fuck you! It's very rare to find a French person that likes Americans. It's rare to find a French person that doesn't hate everybody, to be fair. I said what I said. Editor, if I'm being too controversial, you can edit me out. Okay.
was uniting everyone, they refused to join him. Because obviously they were too good to join him. Did they have some super special magical secret or a technology that could let them surpass the fledgling empire or some other race in the whole? No, but they copied the elves' homework and our French, so they decided they were too good to shack up with a future god and went it alone. Bretonia looked at all the cool advancements the empire was making, how it was a dynamic nation in a genre that usually gets to the medieval era and then freezes like it's going into cryo-sleep, and said no. We will not be doing that. We will be staying as medieval land. It is mandated by the government that technology will not advance, that society will never have any major upheavals, and that everything is just perfect the way it is. It's like that old decree the Pope made that declared crossbows were a blasphemous weapon, taken to be an entire society's philosophy. Bretonia is all about knights. Baby knights proving themselves, magical knights defending the realm and saving damsels, knights leading the country to further the goals and interests of the rest of the knights. Imagine King Arthur. That's it. Just imagine King Arthur stretched out to be a whole faction. The in-universe justification is that they saw high elf cavalry and just ran with the concept. Out of universe, it's just King Arthur and every medieval stereotype thrown together. You could, admittedly, say the same thing about the Empire and the Holy Roman Empire, or Kislev in Eastern Europe, but those are eras and places fantasy writers don't usually copy wholesale, so they get a pass from me. Bretonia is the land of almost every fantasy setting ever conceived since Lord of the Rings, and it shows. Unfortunately, they can afford to do all of this fantasy stasis, because an elf goddess is playing them like a fiddle. Their precious Lady of the Lake, also known as the elf goddess of magic, chooses some super special knights to become Grail Knights. They sip from her chalice of bathwater, and when the now Grail Knight emerges, they're like supercharged D&D paladins. Bullets are an inconvenience, their armor is magically toughened, and their mounts never tire, so until the Empire invents the Gatling gun, they're able to keep being aggressive backwater dickweeds. In older lore they were tolerable, but in modern lore someone must have felt they weren't angsty enough and made them nice and extra oppressive. The peasants are honored if the noble allows them to have 3 pennies a week instead of 2, ladies who aren't magical are property because medieval times, and social mobility is a punchline. I hope you like medieval medicine. The Empire's medicine already isn't that great. Bretonian medicine is the kind of thing that has a 300% fatality rate. And horses. Everyone has a horse. Even the lowliest peasants have a horse that more often than not eats and lives better than they do. I like horses, but I don't like them that much. If you've ever been to medieval times and made that your entire personality, Bretonia is a good faction for you. Because God is real and hates me, they're also one of the starter factions of the old world, so getting into Warhammer Fantasy nowadays is pound for pound fairly easily done with Bretonia. In all honesty, pick them if you like them. It is on some level cool, because for as much shit as I was giving them for being generic and bland knights, knights are cool. There's a reason every 5-year-old wants to be a knight and not a Landsknecht. I mean, for God's sakes, just trying to say that word is difficult.
Okay, so the thing is, with knights, that is cool, but I think of it like, how do I say? It, listen, knights can definitely be done well, and if you play a good of a knight, then it's okay. I'm not gonna judge you for that. However, it seems like it would be every wannabe Chad's, like, pick. Like, the women are our property. You know, like I feel like that's that faction. You know what I mean? I don't think I fuck with the French in this game, at least Bretonia. I don't think I fuck with them, and they drink bath water, like elven bath water. That's crazy. I since I am an Eldar, well, you know what, guys? You heard it here first. We are gonna be releasing merch, and it's gonna be pixie bathwater. You're gonna see little pixie dust sparkles in it and everything like that. So you know what? You know what? That's what you guys are gonna get. It's coming to you straight from here. I deserve that. Hi. Okay, wait. Let's see. Hi, Vaughn. Welcome in. Yeah, we're almost there to 500. How are you? How are you? I hope you're having a great day. Well, duh, I want to be a Chad. McSteal your wife. No McStealing nothing. You ain't McStealing nobody. You ain't getting any hoes. You ain't getting my bitches. Wait, weren't you Slanesh? I am Slanesh. But the thing is, you have to be an Eldar and then evolve into a Slanesh. So technically, in this world, Slanesh doesn't happen. This is, or I think. I could be proven wrong, but this is before 40k, so this is fantasy. So in this, there's just Eldar. And if I'm just Eldar, that means technically I would be technically one of the Eldar goddesses, technically. Am I right? No. But I'm going to write myself as that. So, you know, I kinda have to sell bathwater for you guys to sip on. I'll put edible glitter in it and everything. Don't you worry. Everything will be able to be sip through. Just got back from work, wanted to stop by. I hope you had a great day at work. I hope it went well. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Perfection, right? Tiring. Aw. Which faction gets to be racist super soldier? I want to be that in Warhammer. I mean, technically, if we're going based off of what I've learned so far, the Empire of Man picks on halflings, so that's basically racist. Yeah, I would say that's racist. They hunt the halflings for sport. So yeah, you could be from the. Sign me up. No, you know what, Vaughn? Fuck you. This is what I was talking about earlier. We need to start having representation in our nation for halflings. This needs to become a thing. It needs to. No, thank you, Day. Your bathwater would not be tasty. My bathwater is the finest of bathwaters. You will never get a better bathwater than from me. It is e-girl certified bathwater. That's right, baby. That's right. Okay? Probably the space marine. Hell no, I want segregation. Oh my gosh. I can't stand you. I can't stand you. Oh my god, dude. I can't. I can't. I want that. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's actually insane. All of this. You all deserve the electric chair. Electric chair! Gosh damn it. Okay, wait. It is really dark in my room, and my eyes kinda hurt. Give me a second. I'm gonna turn on my light. Turn on the lights in here, baby. How dare you? How dare you, Vun? You have betrayed me. I won't stand for this heresy! Okay, let's keep it going. There's Kathy. Cathay? Cathay. A lance neck. I mean, for God's sakes, just trying to say that word. Oh.
The other army GW has refused to put onto the tabletop despite already having a direct hand in reworking them for Total War. Did you know there's a fully fleshed out Cathayan army book for GW developed? You can't have it because fun's not allowed. This is a shame because Cathay is awesome. Dragons are also awesome. Cathay agrees because they're ruled by immortal dragons who the Cathayans follow at every whim. Fantasy China is a magical place and one of the few places in the entire planet that might not be a terrible one to live in. Every now and again it does what actual China used to do and implodes, and sure, those ruling dragons get along like all siblings do, i.e. barely at all, but in day-to-day life, not a bad place. And it always comes back together after imploding, usually after Mommy and Daddy Dragon come back to kick everyone's heads in until they start behaving again. It is, like I said, just fantasy medieval China. But that is a compliment.
Ooh.
You know those terracotta soldiers? What if they were animated by magic and also 100 feet tall? Are you a 40K fan? Imagine if the Primarchs weren't utter morons and failures almost to a man, because that's Cathay. Again, for reasons I will never understand, we don't have them yet in tabletop. But Total War does, and by God is it fun to play as Cathay. The Silk Road was prosperous in real life, and it's prosperous in Warhammer, so if/when they finally come out, prepare to show the world why China was for a good 1,000 years the most prosperous country on the planet. It's even better here, because this Great Wall has magical dragon ladies guarding it. Oh, Cathay is also near the countries of Nippon, Ind, and Koresh. Nippon is Japan, Ind is India, and Koresh is Southeast Asia. I'm not giving them their own spots because no one cares about them, and I can't bring myself to either. That's it for the non-chaotic living humans, but that doesn't mean we're done talking about humans. The next few ones just don't have a heartbeat. Or skin.
What? Oh, God. It's the vampires. Okay, cool. Wait. Time for Asians. God damn it. She's finally learning. She's becoming one of the 40K people. Yes, I am becoming one. I have the knowledge. I have it fusing in my brain. The space Asians. No, this isn't in space yet. It's before space. How do you think space Indians would be like? I don't know. Hell, Manfred, the best vampire. Oh, I like vampires, but I prefer werewolves more. Are there werewolves in the fantasy Warhammer world? Are there werewolves? Because I like werewolves. Werewolves are my thing. Team Jacob all the way. Team Jacob all the way. Highly spiritual and can solve your space IT issues with just a touch. Crazy. Crazy. Let me see. You know, I think with Cathay, what I liked about it, I like how it's like infused with the dragons. I think it's a shame that you can't play them in the tabletop though. Like, I feel like there's so much to the tabletop that they're not marketing on. Like, imagine being able to play Cathay and being able to play halflings. That sounds like a good world to me. I'm not letting go of the halflings thing. You can't make me. You can't make me! You can't make me! Okay, wait, what'd you say? Of course you prefer werewolves, you furry. Shut up! No, it's just I don't like my men pale. Okay? I like a little bit of melanin in there. You know what I mean? There are werebeasts. Hell yeah, that's what we'll go for. That's what we'll go for. I'm sorry. I don't know. Something about... Listen, I could do vampires. It just depends on the vampire lore. So we'll decide here and now if the Warhammer vampires are worthy of being smashed or passed. Let's get into it.
These are the bad guys when chaos has taken a break. Imagine Dracula, if you will. Now imagine Dracula if he had a 100,000 strong army of zombies, skeletons, lesser vampires, and pretty much anything else that you could find at a Spirit Halloween. The total history of the vampires stretches back thousands of years, but for the purposes of this video, we're only going to go back a few hundred. We go to a fella named Vlad von Karstein, because if you haven't caught on yet, this setting is allergic to subtlety. He showed up to the very on-the-nose empire province of Sylvania, which was a horrible place to live. It was covered in swamps, the people were dumb and afraid of scary monsters, and because this setting is what it is, they weren't even wrong to be so. When a peasant in real life says the witch made their family ill with the plague, it's baseless superstition. When a peasant in Warhammer says that, there's a good chance they're right. When a Sylvanian peasant says that, they are right. Vlad shows up to this province, marries the daughter of the ruling noble to become its next ruler, and despite being a blood-sucking vampire, this place sucked so hard it was a marked improvement. Even better, him and his wife Isabella actually loved each other. They had vampire kids like Conrad von Karstein, who was insane and liked to twist the heads off of peasants, and Madrid von Karstein, who was the worst. Of course, this wouldn't be Warhammer if everyone was just nice and peaceful, so one day Vlad had a brilliant idea. What if he was the Emperor? He could live forever and usher in an eternal age of prosperity, mostly for vampires, but for some of the people too. So he tried to become the Emperor. At gunpoint. Zombie point more like, but 100,000 zombies is a lot more effective than most Renaissance age guns were. He failed, but the damage was done. Him, his wife, and their children spread vampirism across the Empire. Now Sylvania is barely even considered a part of it, and everyone does their best to ignore it. This is probably a bad move, because every few decades some vampire likes to try their hand at raising a massive undead army to take over the Empire with. They all fail, but they're very murderous. Them failing means the Empire's population only drops by 20% instead of 100%. Just watch the first episode of Castlevania if you somehow haven't, for what it's like when the Midnight Aristocracy goes to war. There's a lot of vampires to choose from, though, to get your specific undead needs satisfied. The von Karsteins are the classic vampires, who want to suck your blood and rule over the night. Vlamians are a vampire KGB, with spy networks in pretty much every place on the planet. Except Lustria, probably. The lizards don't take kindly to that sort of thing. The Strigoi are what happens if your average Florida resident became a vampire, the Necrox are evil wizards, and the Blood Dragons are a heavy metal album cover. If you thought it was kick-ass when Dracula sent the forces of hell to wreak havoc on the living, you'll love the vampire counts. But I did mention that some of the undead don't have skin, and vampires usually have that at least. For those fellas, we need to go further south.
Okay. Damn. So, these vampires, I would say, are not a smash. For me. I didn't see a sexy vampire, you know? I was more turned on by the lizard men. So, I don't know what that says about me. But we're gonna say vampires do sound cool in here, and at least they don't sound like little bitches. So I can appreciate that. I like how there's like different like types of vampires as well. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Now that is an amazing vampire. Speaking of vampires, there's a hilarious new Dungeon Soup bid. Oh shit, Hellsing Ultimate is canon in the 40k universe? I guess so. Oh, you know what? I have watched a little bit of Hellsing, so yeah. It very much gives me Hellsing vibes. I just saw the abridged. I haven't seen, like, Hellsing itself. It says a lot about your preferences, Hyundai. Shut up, brain. Okay? Listen. I may have weird preferences, but I believe all of my preferences are 100% valid. I don't think many people would disagree with me. I don't think they'd disagree, to be fair. Okay? But okay, so these are the skelly boys, the skeletons. This is definitely a pass as well. But it's cuz I'm not into bones. I'm not quite, I don't have a thing for boners, you know what I mean? Same. I have normal tastes. Exactly. Also, I saw the Dungeon Soup VOD. What do you mean I'm sadistic? You're sadistic. You are. 1000%. Spoopy. Very spoopy. I'm not sadistic, probably. I'm not sadistic. Definitely. Sure thing, buddy. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Let's get into the Skelly boys.
Ancient Egypt. You now understand the basics of the Tomb Kings. Once upon a time, thousands of years in the past, the lands of Nehekara were prosperous. They had regular contact with their gods, magical constructs to defend themselves with, and when they had a good king like Setra, they would sometimes go on to conquer half the world. Then a fella named Nagash was born. He's awful. This man was a monster through and through.
Oh, really?
He's really smart, though. Smart enough to capture dark elves and force them to teach him dark magic, which usually humans can't do. Smart enough to invent necromancy with what he learned. Smart enough to overthrow his brother, the king, and take over most of the land with his undead forces. And he's also quite powerful with his magic. He was eventually overthrown and cast into the desert where he died, but he invented necromancy. Death is a suggestion for him. Such is his power. When he inevitably came back, he discovered someone had stolen his research notes and used them to make vampires. He made those vampires his generals, and no, they didn't have a choice in the matter, and then decided ruling just Nehekara with undead
So wait, the vampires became The necromancies, bitch. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my god. You know what? I give props to the necromancy people. They're cool. I like them. They're fucking they're tanks. They are fucking tanks. We love that. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with rats. I swear all of my VTuber friends got that stuck in my brain and it's never going to leave. A rubber room with the Skaven. Valid. Valid. And the Skaven make me crazy. They make me crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once. Oh my god. I swear. I swear. I'm so brain rotted at this point. I said Skaven, not Reds. That's why. I give you props. I give you props. It was original. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Okay.
Enough. So he formed a plan to kill everyone in the region at once, resurrect every corpse on the planet, and take over the world with his World War Z undead army. Part 1 of the plan.
World War Z. Okay, being able to put this into World War Z mindset on such a real note is that, like, World War Z scared me. Like, I love zombie movies. I am definitely that bitch that, like, on a first date would tell you, like, so, how would you survive a zombie apocalypse? Like, that's very much me. I love thinking about zombie apocalypse. Anything to do with zombies, it really gets me, like, it gets my widgets rolling. You know what I mean? Like, I I fucking love zombie movies so much. And World War Z, when it came out, like, I remember when it came out. Like, I was so fucking excited. And when I watched it for the first time, I was like, it is definitely one of the scarier, like, zombie movies, but I fucking love it. I love it so much. So to put it in that perspective, like, that is fucking scary. That's so scary. Like, being able to stack on top of each other to fucking build a wall, like, being so methodical about everything is so bizarre. Like, oh no, I would just commit. Like, I would rather fucking, like, I personally, rather than dealing with that, I would go head first into a fucking lawnmower. You know what I mean? Like, I would let the lawnmower just take me at that point, because, like, I just walk in the grass and I'd be like, yep, it's my moment. And that, you know what I mean? Like, I love, love this shit, but I'd be so terrified. Uh, yep, fast zombies are terrifying, right? Warm Bodies was a fun zombie movie. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't one of my favorites, to be honest. The answer to that is load up a van with essentials and get the fuck out. Go to the middle of hecking nowhere and just farm. Dude, even then, you're still gonna get found out, which I think is what's terrifying. If I had the money, I absolutely would build a post apocalypse bunker. I want a bunker. Like, I need. Like, if I were to ever get rich, I would totally have a bunker. Like, you cannot. I have done so much research into survival stuff. Like, it's so bad. Like, I have a whole book of, like, just survival things. I actually went into, like, learning about herbology and, like, apothecary stuff, as well as, like, foraging stuff, just in case, like, a natural disaster were to happen and we need to, like, live on our own. Also, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, another silly movie. I love Pride and Prejudice, and I didn't know they had a zombie movie. So that's awesome. Left 4 Dead zombies over those things any day of the week. Exactly. Bunker, I hardly know her. Day, I want you on my post-apocalypse team, for real, for real. See, but there's a flaw. God built me flawed, bro. It's not even my height that's my disability, bro. It's dead ass my fucking eyesight. I think that's what's, like, gonna suck, because if I don't have my glasses or my contacts, like, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Like, ugh. Ugh, I can't. I have so many ways to survive, But I know if my glasses were to break, I'd be like Velma. Where are they? Where are they? I can't find my glasses. You know, like, oh, it's so bullshit. Why did I have to get nerfed? Why did I have to get nerfed? This is bullshit. I have the electronics and a bit of medical knowledge. Hell yeah. You know what? Let's go. You know what? You can take all of my research papers at least if I end up dying because of eyesight issues. Yes, same author that did that one did the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I did watch that one, funny enough, and I didn't really care for that one either. It was too corny for my liking. But fair enough. Fair enough. I can understand. I can understand it. All right. Let's keep it going.
Went off without a hitch. It was only through the intervention of the Skaven, who I promise you will love, and the last living dude in the region, which kept most of Part 2 from happening. Then everyone in Nehekara promptly stood back up, realized their hearts were no longer beating but they were still standing, and things got messy. Imagine Game of Thrones before it became horrible, with all the political fighting over who gets to be king. Now imagine Game of Thrones if every single person who was ever the rightful king was now alive at the same time fighting over what was their throne. Not they believed it to be their throne, or they wanted it to be their throne, it was the throne they sat on once upon a time. And also they can respawn. And also, most common people were mindless undead skeletons who had the flesh flayed from their bones with the desert winds and could only follow basic orders, like kill that guy who thinks he's the real king. This does not a stable nation make. Luckily, the priest woke up that Cetra guy, who cockslapped everyone until they started behaving again. Now the Toon Kings no longer have skin, have no clear path to achieve immortal bodies to feel with again that they so crave, and no longer have the backing of their very gods. Fortunately for them, death is more of a suggestion. They can still use magic, even if not quite as good as it was when the gods were helping, and they now have eternity to do whatever they want, as long as it doesn't involve some sort of physical sensation. Sometimes they still fight amongst each other, sometimes they spend their newfound immortality pursuing whatever hobbies they want, and sometimes they sail all the way from Egypt to Sweden and burn half of it to the ground because someone stole their hat. And on the rarest of occasions, a tomb queen will tell a strapping young lad that if they still had functional genitals, she'd fuck him so hard the experience would kill him. They're very fun. They're true neutral.
Heresy! Absolute heresy! What the fuck? How are you still like down for the bound chicka wow wow when you're like just bones? How do you have the urge? Would I? Would I be the heresy? If I were just a bag of bones, would I? Would I not want to bound chicka wow wow if I was just a bag of bones? I can understand it, but I can't believe that's something that had to be included in the lore. I mean, they're skeletal. The fuck's she gonna sit on your pelvis? Exactly. Hush, they bone as bones. How lewd. Well, I definitely would. I mean, if it's a scaly, I'm sure you would. Yeah, but there's no pleasure points. Like, you don't even have your pleasure points anymore. Because your pleasure points are nerves. And with no skin and no organs and stuff like that, you have no nerves. You're just bone. So there's no pleasure points. Oh yes, dust me harder? That's crazy. I hate that. I hate that so much. I hate you so much. What the fuck? Dust me! Dust me! My anaconda don't want none unless you got bones, hon. Rattle me bones to careless whisper, baby. Polish my femur faster. can't use the reward. No. Get wrecked, boy. Get wrecked, son. Oh my god, dude. I can't. I genuinely can't. You guys are too fucking much, dude. Oh my god. Okay. I fucking bones. Can't with them.
To the core. Some of them want conquest, some of them just want to find new hobbies, some hate the living out of jealousy, some don't care either way as long as they serve, and some go out of their way to find human members to recruit for their court because it reminds them of what they've lost. If you can think of a motivation, there's a Tomb King that has it. It's a very simple thing to know if the Tomb Kings are for you or not. Do you like the Mummy? Do you like ancient Egypt? Have you ever wondered what it'd be like if the Sphinx came to life and started crushing people like Godzilla? Tomb Kings are perfect for you then. And hey, look at that. They're the other starter faction for the old world. Now you can get into fantasy proper without people like me dismissively calling you a horse molester. So now we can leave this region of the world and indeed humanity, and I have forgotten 4 human nations that deserve at least a little bit of credit. Shit.
Okay,
Tylea.
these are 4... Okay. These are 4 of the human factions that he's not gonna go into so much detail about. So technically, there's 23 factions. Damn, son! Check out that firmers on that one. Oh boy, the clavicle on the cadaver. So is this fantasy or 40k? It's fantasy. It is fantasy. Okay, let's find out what these ones are.
Shit.
Tylea
is Italy during medieval/Renaissance times, so it's thousands of city-states smushed into one country. It's right next to the Skaven capital. There are worse places to live. Estalia is Spain without the colonial empire. Both of these places say they're the first civilized nation in the old world, which the empire disputes. The border princes are the land of whatever the hell you want it to be. It is an excuse to make your own homebrew army, and they fight orcs more than anything.
Homebrew army. Let's make a homebrew army of halflings! I'm not giving it up. I'm going to remind you during this entire thing, we need the halflings. We need the halflings, so that's where we will be. We will be there. Yeah. I said what I said. I'm going to make little miniature minis so that way we can have halflings.
Most of the people there are either fleeing from the elves.
Thank you so much, Bob, for the follow! Thank you! Thank you! I appreciate it. Guys, we only need 3 more! We only need 3 more! We only need 3 more! Oh my god! Thank you so much, Bob! I appreciate it! Oh my god, that's so cool! Good. I like fantasy. 3 more! Well, time to squish some smoles. You can try. Unfollowed 4 more. Void! Don't do that! Don't blue ball me! Don't make my balls so blue. Don't make my balls so blue. You got my balls. You make my balls so blue. Please make the balls so blue. Okay. Don't worry, I would never. Thank you. Please don't make my balls so blue. I don't like blue balls. Okay. Sorry. I am a musical nerd. If you didn't know that already, I love musicals. That's how a lot of people first found me, is because Epic the Musical. I love musicals. So if you like Heathers, I like Heathers. And I will quote it quite often. Anyways, let's continue.
Empire, leaving the empire in a futile attempt to make it big, and petty nobles. Araby is exactly what you think it is. Turn Aladdin into a war game faction, but only a background faction. And if you think that's me being dismissive of it, do please read about Sultan Jafar's military campaign against the old world. It's actually got advanced medicine, science, and magical practices and theories, but I can guarantee the only thing you're going to remember about this place is Sultan Jafar.
Damn.
We're going to start by clumping all the elves together, because their backstories are all very interconnected. Don't worry, they'll each get their own time to shine. Once upon a time, there were just elves. The first species created by the old ones to fight chaos. They were made to be elves. Arrogant.
It's us! It's me! It's the Eldar! Oh, yeah! Also, the ever-chosen and changeling best chaos factions, and otherwise it's Tomb Kings or Orcs all the way for the evil factions, and for the good it's dwarves all the way. I like dwarves. Dwarves are fun. Dwarves are a good time. Oh no, not the smack after blue balls. What can I say? I follow the ever chosen. Okay, okay. Alrighty, okay. Total War Warhammer game starts. Declare war on elves. Don't declare war against us. We will demolish you. We will demolish you, and then we will make love to your corpse. What?
Again, long lived and short of the Slann, they're the best wizards around. Then chaos descended, the old ones pissed off, and the elves had no idea what the hell to do. Eventually, a cool elf named Kalidor made a magical vortex, the chief cool elf Anarion grabbed a cursed sword that killed a whole lot of demons, and then everything cooled down a bit. Anarion disappeared, but they elected a new king, so all was okay. His children with his first wife even showed back up to be a bloodline of legendary heroes, though they're also cursed because of that sword. Then Anarion's second wife told their son Malekith that he should be king, convinced him with her boobs because family trees can be shaped like Christmas wreaths, if you don't mind.
Wait, what? Hold on. I just heard boobs and even I got sidetracked. I swear, I'm like a fucking guy. I hear boobs and I'm like, huh? Huh? Boobs? Tetas? ¿Qué? What? Gimme. I swear, I'm so bad, dude. I'm so bad. Okay, Slanesh. Yeah, that's the point. The elves are such pricks. Okay, Day. Dark elf confirmed. 1000%. Morathai is pretty. I'd smash. Yeah, she's very pretty. If this is her, I'd smash.
Second wife told their son Malekith that he should be king, convinced him with her boobs because family trees can be shaped like Christmas wreaths, if you don't mind being a freak, and a civil war broke out. Malekith walked into a sacred fight.
He was incest. Excuse me? No. I heard boobs and I even got distracted, but I don't like that. Why does it always have to be incest? Why is it always that? So sweet home Alabama. Like, why? Why? Incest is wincest. Gosh, ban hammer immediately. Ban hammer. Hears boobs and doesn't realize the family tree is a circle. No, exactly. It's a circle of life. No, it was a joke. Okay, I got my eyes on you. I see that boobs would distract even you from incest. No! Don't! No! 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 No. You know what? You are a fucking harlot. You are a harlot. You are a harlot. That's so... Wakatela caca. Wakatela. I gotta wash your mouth out with soap. You need to wash your mouth out with soap after that. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry. I saw a pretty elven lady and I heard boobs and I was like, you know, not the same. It's just not the same. Don't let me in. Don't let me in with those degens, those harlots. God damn it. I am a harlot of class. Bitch, I'm a capitalist whore. I won't deny it. That's crazy. What the fuck? What the rhetorical fuck, bro? I can't with you. I swear, brain, you may be god damn it, brain, but you are like the last brain cell functioning. Just all the chaos is on you. That's crazy. Okay, you win. That's dope. I'm gonna rob Day's house, and to distract her, I'll put a video on loop of a pair of boobs bouncing. It'll take months before she realizes. Bro, honestly, fuck, I was cleaning my room today, and I was telling my friend, I was like, dude, I need to get rid of a lot of my shit. Like, I have too much stuff in my room. I spend way too much money on things. I genuinely need a lot of this cluttered out. Like, please. Like, if you want to take some of my Funko Pops, just take them. Just take them at this point. Baywatch would work. Stop. Stop trying. No, I am the pixie. I am supposed to be luring you to your death. Okay? I'm supposed to be the one entrapping you guys. Not the other way around. You sick fucks. Funko Pops, bro, you'll have to pay me to take that shit. God damn it. Take my Funko Pops! Take them from me! I spent so much money on them. This fucking plastic pass. Funkos are mid hard pass. I hate all of you. I can't with any of this. I'm so done. I've made poor financial decisions in my life and I need help. Not as much as I hate Funko Pops. That's probably valid. You think you hate them? Imagine me. I spent thousands of dollars on these. Hi, so done. I'm Void. Ban. Ban. You know what? I'm gonna stuff myself in a fucking hornet's nest. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm so done. I'm so done. Funkos are so 2020. Thanks. Thanks, Vaughn. I appreciate it. I appreciate... When do you think I started collecting? I literally started collecting in 2020. I kept collecting for about a year. How much? Thousand? We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about my financial decisions. Listen, okay? You should never have trusted me with adult money. I think that was mistake number 1 by the world. Please do walk your ass into a hornet's nest until they poke some sense into you. Yep, I shall, because you know what? I deserve that. I deserve it. I might as well jump in a fucking blender at this point. Like, because I cannot keep up with myself. Like, you think you're disappointed in me? I am a walking disappointment in myself. I spent $4K on a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. But see, people would probably buy that from you to this day. Nobody wants to buy my Funko Pops. Nobody wants to buy my fucking Funko Pops. Like, people are more willing to buy my K-pop collection than they are my fucking Funko Pops. Day in the blender. That is me in a blender. Anyways, let's go back to the titty elves. Let's go!
Fire to prove his worth, whereupon their chief god lit him on fire. Him and his mother kept trying to take over the home continent of Ulthuan. They nearly unmade it when they realized they couldn't, and then the newly formed Dark Elves were forced off of it to go live in Canada. The High Elves, those who stayed behind, once again got to rebuild the shattered remnants of their home. At least they still had their firm friendship with the dwarfs. That's a good thing. Oh, wait, that got ruined too. But don't feel too bad. The High Elf King ruined that one for them himself by being the worst. That one wasn't an unfortunate tragedy. It was a self-imposed unfortunate tragedy. The dwarfs and the High Elves fought Fantasy World War I, and it was pretty miserable for everyone involved. Picking a victor is sort of meaningless because both groups were pretty thoroughly wrecked by the event, and the High Elves had to return home when the Dark Elves began the first of many invasion attempts to retake Ulthuan. Some High Elves didn't go home and sheltered in a magical forest called Athel Loren instead. Now we have our third group of elves, the Wood Elves.
I would be a wood elf. Yeah, I'd be a wolf. I would be a wood elf for sure. This is me. This is my people. Look at me. I am a little pixie. I am a autumn pixie. Yes. The elves are the worst. Why? No, not Canada. Wood elf. Let's be real. You'd be every elf. Probably. I am a fusion. I am a magical fusion. The wood elves are weebs, but instead of titties and anime, they worship trees and crap. That sounds like my kind of thing. Look, you know, I want okay. So I either want to live in a goblin home, like a hobbit hole type of house, right? It's either gonna be that type of house, or I'm getting a cabin in the woods. Those are my dream homes. I want a cabin in the woods type of vibe. But not too deep in the woods where there's like the wendigos and everything like that. So like just somewhere like on the like outskirts sort of the woods, where there's lots of trees and everything like that. Like I want I want to be able to make maple syrup. I want to live around those types of trees because I want to make my own natural maple syrup. I used to play Holly Hobby all the time when I was a kid. Like that was one of the first video games I played on the computer. And she would make her own muffins and her own maple syrup, and I really want that. High five, Day. Same. Hell yeah. I want to be away from traffic for real. I mean, I'm in the country, so there's not much traffic here. That's not really what bothers me. It's just I love nature and I like foraging. I want to be somewhere I can forage more often. Um, Nothing good happens with a cabin in the woods. Yeah, that's true. The movies are not real. Please just buy my haunted murder forest home. Stop! No! No, okay? I'm not letting you guys convince me that I do not deserve a cabin. I am going to get in a cabin, okay? You guys aren't gonna convince me. My mother already tells me that I'm going to be living in a witch's home. Like, I don't need to hear it. Yes, buy my murder house. Only 3 deaths. I can't stand you guys. You guys are bitches. Only 3? This is an absolute steal. Take my money. I'd fucking befriend the murder ghost. Exactly. Thank you, brain. I appreciate you. Let's get back to the wood elves.
The Wood Elves are the easiest of the subgroups to explain. They sit in their magical forest and are insane. Sometimes people walk into the magical forest. It's safe to assume that unless stated otherwise, they do not come back out of the magical forest.
Yep.
Sometimes even if you come out of the magical forest, you find that 1,000 years have passed since you entered, and every single one of those years catches up with you as you age to dust within minutes.
That is fucking cool. They are the Fae. They are the Fae. That is literally what the Fae is. These are not just wood elves, they are the Fae. They are the Fae. Like that is these are my people! I have returned home, brothers! Brothers, we have found it! We have found it! We have found my home! Okay, I'm sorry. Gotta choose fuck or befriend. Both. Don't threaten me with a good time. Exactly. Oh my god.
From that, though, your first instinct might be that these are stupid, uninspired, lame D&D wood elves who love nature and harmony and trees.
No.
And in fairness, they do love all those things. It's just that these trees are 50 feet tall, mobile, have a craving for the suffering of mankind, and the wood elves will invite peasants to feasts to fatten them up for the forest spirits. They don't give a rat's ass about the outside world, aside from how it might affect their perfect little lives inside the forest. There are a few scattered enclaves of them across the world that are a bit friendlier, but the general motivation of the wood elves is getting other people to get the hell off of their lawn. And when the lawn can come
Dude, no, okay? This has been one of my biggest fucking, like, something I aspire to fucking be like, is I want to be able to get old and to be like, get off my porch, sonny, get off my lawn, you know, like, I want to be a cranky old lady. Like, I know it's probably not gonna happen to me because I'm not cranky as is, but I would love to be a cranky old woman. Like, to be like, get off my porch, sonny. Like, I want that so bad. This is me. This is literally me. This is 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 me. Oh, it's a 3-minute ad break. All right. Hold on. We'll move over to my night bed real quick while we check that out. And while we wait for everybody to come back from the ads, if you're here and not in an ad, talk to me. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Oh my god. I am a little lightheaded today. I don't know why. Not really too sure, but maybe I need food. So I have my dinner right here with me. I have not ate properly. I'm here listening you singing. Yes, thank you. You will also hear my ASMR. Let's go. So I got quesadillas, beans and rice. Yes, we ordered it from a restaurant. Yes, we were too lazy to make it ourselves. Shut up. Did you check your blood pressure? No. I don't really check things. I just kind of am like, we'll see. We'll see. Can I check it? I can. Do I wanna? Not really. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I've been sick lately, so I'm assuming it's something to do with that. Mm-hmm. Has to be something with that, I would say. Um, it's so good. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Yummy, 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 yummy. Also, I don't think it helps that like I'm screaming. The ad break is finishing now. Let's go. All right. If it's just a sugar thing, should be good with food. I don't know if it is because even when I eat food, it doesn't really necessarily help me. So I'm not thinking it's a food thing. But all right, let's get back in. Let's get back into it. Let's get back in. Let's see. There we go. Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned for the ad. I really appreciate it. We did not carry on without you guys. Let's get back into it.
To life and devour you alive, it's a pretty easy task to do that. They also gaslight the Bretonnians into thinking their goddess is an elf one, although as it turns out later on, the extent of the elven gaslighting goes even further beyond their understanding. They're led by the avatars of two of the elf gods, naturally the ones that are focused on nature, because wood elf. The king likes to rampage across Bretonnia every now and again for funsies, and the queen sometimes says don't do that, sometimes doesn't care, and sometimes encourages it when she's in a feisty mood. They're not my thing, truth be told, but I can respect the idea of wanting to be left alone for all eternity. So if you too cringe inside a little bit whenever you get a text message or a Discord DM, these guys might be for you.
That's for me. That's for me. Those are my people. Listen, I am very extroverted, but funny enough, I don't socialize enough. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I'm extroverted with introverts, but when I'm with other extroverts, I'm like, ugh. Ugh, no, 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 get me out of here. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I turn into a little ball of anxiety when I'm around like extroverted people because I'm like I'm not as extroverted as you, and somehow your extrovertedness has just depleted all of my fucking levels of energy. Like I don't understand it. It's something to do with an ENFP, but oh, you like being around people, not amongst them. Basically, yes, yes, that's exactly what it is. Um, I just I don't know. Like yeah, thank you. I get it. I get that. Honestly, I'm a massive introvert. I don't like to socialize for too long. Honestly, streaming alone gives me enough socialization to where I feel normal. Like if I don't go out for weeks cuz I'm kind of like a like a hermit. I was going to say a hobgoblin. I'm not a hobgoblin. I'm more of like a hermit. Um I stay home a lot. Like I don't party. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't go out and go drinking. Like I'm just like I want to be home. I want to read books. I want to watch anime. I want to play video games. Like that's what I want to do. But I still crave that socialization every now and then. And so when I do crave it, it's like cool. Let me stream, let me go on VC with like my Discord friends, let me maybe go hang out with my best friend IRL, like go over to her house and chill at her house. Like that's enough socialization for me. Or like if I need a little extra like I'll go to Barnes and Noble where it's quiet and people leave me alone, but I still am around people. I'm like, ah, yes, modern society. What a great day. It's a great day to live in modern society. Oh, let me check this manga. You know, like let me find this fairy smut. Like that's my kind of life. Um I'm kind of meh about it. I neither like nor dislike socialization. Got it. Introvert supremacy. Exactly. I love introverts. I really do. We mesh really well. Especially because they allow me to be extroverted and it's like my level of extrovertedness. You know, like I don't have to be more than what I am. Like mine is already a level of damn this bitch is fucking annoying. You know, so like the people that are like more than me, I'm like, that's crazy. I can't keep up with that. I really can't keep up with that. But yeah, let's find out what the high elves do.
High elves are the ones that stayed on Ultuan and remained much the same throughout. And like I said, the old ones sure as hell made them to be elves. Long-lived, magical, arrogant, and because they live for thousands of years,
Arrogant,
they're
of
real
course.
good at what they do. Some of their swordsmen have been practicing for so long that they take into account the weight of their eyelashes when they swing. You're not
What?
beating that. And sure enough, the history of the
Their
High Elves.
eyelashes? How do you how do you how do you feel the weight of your eye? You know what? No, because whenever I do have extensions on or like false eyelashes on, like I could feel the weight difference. So I guess you can, but that still feels like an insane thing to realize. Besides leaving the house for work, I seldom get out to do stuff because doing errands. Yeah, exactly. Doing errands takes up a lot of your adult life. I mean, I think it's a comparison to the weight of their bodies. Got it. So they could just tell, like, when, like, even just a small, tiny ounce is off. That's crazy.
Elves is the history of them sailing out from their homeland to go stop most of the problems the world faces. They taught humanity how to use magic properly, they keep excess magic from saturating the world, and they have a habit of showing up just as they're needed to stop things from getting completely out of hand. There's a high elf who
Okay.
destroyed orc warbands that have been rampaging since the dawn of time and was so good at it that he gave the entire elven race a reputation amongst the greenskins for being good fighters. All of this because a
Oh,
fat goblin burned down his house. And of course,
fair.
Teclis my beloved. Is there a 10,000 strong army of orcs, dark elves, or worse bearing down on you? Well, with a wave of his staff and a flick of his wrist, there is now a new crater. He's a real cool guy like that, and he's not even that arrogant. The flip side to balance this glazing session I've just done is that they do actually have weaknesses to go along with all that.
What are
They
their
reproduce
weaknesses?
slowly, and in a wargame
Mm.
setting, that's the mark of death. Every death in battle is a hindrance, although at least compared to 40k, they aren't outright dying. They're on the watch list for being endangered rather than being endangered outright. And magic being so innate to them means that when something with it goes wrong, they feel it and are affected by it more acutely than most. Like when their magical queen is sad. Their entire homeland's climate is tied to her emotions, and like any living being that isn't a psychopath, she is sad when a great amount of her people die. So when Malekith decides today is as good a day as any to get a million people killed trying to retake his homeland again, it really sucks to live in the same country as her. They're also physically frail, which isn't the biggest weakness in the world, but you'll definitely notice it when an orc is bearing down on them. They've also got a bit of a species-wide depression thing going on too.
Damn.
When you live functionally forever, you get a long time to get a real feel for what the world is like. And as it turns out, this world kinda sucks. They just don't have time to recuperate from any of their constant losses. The world is in danger, the high elves sail out to fix the issue, and then the world is immediately in danger again. Add on to that some more standard elven weaknesses, like their old age, meaning they don't always adapt to new things well, and you've got a race that has a bit of a deadline attached to it. Mankind is inventing guns, tanks, and more, and the elves think the bow and arrow remains the height of warfare. To their credit, though, they're damn good with that bow and arrow, especially when it's a magical lightsaber bow and arrow. And dragons. The High Elves are best friends of almost every dragon that isn't from Cathay. Dragons are scary in a fight, and let's be honest with ourselves. If a dragon declared your hometown to be the best thing ever and made sure to always visit and help out when it was in trouble, you'd have an ego the size of Mount Everest too.
Yeah,
Overall, if you like elves, you'll like these guys. Even if you don't like elves or only associate Warhammer's elves with the Eldar, the High Elves' ability to actually put their money where their mouth is might win you over. And if nothing else, there's an elf character named Aletha Nar who skins dark elves alive because he just hates them that much, and is overall Michael Myers if he had pointy ears and special forces training. Hard to get more unelven than that guy. Speaking of ego, though.
Okay, so actually, it's funny that their whole entire mood like depends on their queen. Um, this is where I say, you know, keep your woman happy. If you don't, if you don't, just know we will find you. um, so these elven bitches be like, "Oh, I can't sword duel. I had my lashes done, baby girl. Slay!" Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And I also think that it's really cool that they're so badass because elves are badass. What these elves remind me of is have you guys watched the anime Frieren? That's what it kind of reminds me of a little bit in like how they're like not prone to changing, but it also takes them a long time to reproduce, and that can lead to them becoming extinct in the future and everything like that. Like, I think that's really cool. I like when elves do have that limit on them. Dope Smoker! Thank you so much for the follow! I appreciate it! Thank you! Hold up. How much is that? How much are we? Where are we at? 2 more! We just need 2 more! That's crazy! Ah! Just 2 more! Thank you so much! Thank you for joining the Cheer Army. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a lovely, fantastic, flitterific day. I haven't watched it, but I want to watch Freerun. You need to watch Freerun. Listen, I am not one to blow smoke up certain like new anime's ass, but Freerun is actually really fucking good. Like superly good. I am very impressed with Freerun. It's a very good anime. I highly recommend it. Oh my god, 2 more! Oh my god. And I just realized we're like barely halfway through this. I'm sorry, editor. This is already 2 hours of content. I apologize. Freerun is actually pretty good. Yeah, it's super fucking good. Super based. Love it. Love it so much. Yeah. Listen, you have fans now counting on you too. Road to 500. Yeah, let's go. Just 2 more. This is so cool. Okay, let's keep it going.
Oh.
Dark elves.
Take the stereotypical elven arrogance, or if you're not a big fan of the race, elven racism. Now jack it up to the logical extreme endpoint of the concept so that they don't only think they're the best, they think of all other races as vermin that should either serve them as slaves.
Whoa! Oh my god! Hot to Skibbity Rizzler, thank you so much for the follow! Thank you! Welcome in. I hope you're having a fantastic, flitterific day. Thank you so much for joining the Streaming Army. Guys, we just need 1 more. What do you mean? Wow! Sid! Trevor! Thank you so much! Thank you! Oh my god! Guys! This is so crazy! Oh my god, we reached 500! Let's go! Oh! I'm your 500th follower. Do I get a free pizza? Fuck yeah, you can have anything you want, dude. Let's go! Let's go! Thank you! Let's go! 500! Oh my god, guys! Oh my god! This is so crazy! Hold on. Oh my god. This is so fucking cool! Oh my god. Let's go! Hold up. I need to show you guys this. Oh my god. There we go. Look at that! Look it! 501! Oh my god! LOL, I was browsing the just chatting category and felt like supporting a fellow VTuber. Thank you so much! I appreciate it a ton! Thank you! Oh my god! I can't stop smiling! Welcome! If you guys don't know anything about me, I am Tiny Pixie Day. I am a fairy. I am a pixie. I do a lot of reactions. You can find me here or on YouTube. And I do reactions. I do video games sometimes. And I do karaoke. As well. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Hold on. I need to change the name of... That's so fucking cool. That's so cool. Oh, my cheeks hurt. I'm so happy. Thank you guys. I appreciate you so much. I can't believe it's been 6 months of streaming, man. It's been 6 months of streaming, and oh my god. Oh my mind. Yeah. Oh my god. Wait, I don't think that was good enough. Hold on. Yeah, you know what? I think that's all my voice can do. I've been shouting too much. And she salivates over hot men and women. Of course, everybody. My thirst is rated E for everybody. There is no gender that can stop me. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, sorry. I'm so happy. Oh, I better run then. Oh no, please, don't run away. Don't run away from us. We are simple harlots that listen. We can talk about it. I've watched your tier list vids. Oh my god. Listen, tier lists are peak. Tier lists are absolute peak. I agree. We recently did a tier list for Pokemon. So I understand. I understand. Okay, let's see. Let's get back into it. Dark elves, let's go.
Be hunted for sport or outright eradicated. Welcome to Nagaroth, friends. It only goes downhill from there. Warhammer North America sucks. It's home to the Dark Elves after they got kicked out of their old home, and the entire thing is either a frozen hellhole, a desert hellhole, or a frozen hellhole bordering actual hell. There's something called the Altar of Ultimate Darkness inside of this place. Do you think anyone that lives here is gonna be nice? Sure enough, the Dark Elves aren't nice. There used to be some human tribes that lived in Nagaroth, and then the Dark Elves killed or enslaved them all. They have cities built into mountains they use as ships to raid and enslave others, they kidnapped High Elf children to raise as Dark Elves, and the entire society looks like what would happen if every single Decepticon was Starscream. Murder and treachery are only illegal if you get caught, and if you're powerful enough, not even then. They're led by Malekith and his mother Marathi, the same two elves who formed the Dark Elves 10,000 years prior. Marathi is kind of just always awful, but sometimes if you squint real hard, Malekith can almost sort of a little bit resemble a noble elf hero he once was. Then he does things like instituting the elven god of murder as the head of the Dark Elf pantheon, uses demons as auxiliaries when he invades Ulthuan, and starts the Warhammer Fantasy Triangle slave trade. In spite of failing to retake Ulthuan every time he tries, he's a damn powerful wizard and warrior both. He's just Darth Vader, actually. He's even got the suit of armor that helps keep him alive because he was severely burned. And who can forget his mommy issues? Although I don't think Anakin ever piped his mother, so a little bit different there. There is no height of cruelty that Dark Elves don't aspire to. Acting nice gets you killed because it clearly means you're weak. Admitting you're a bit tired or injured gets you killed because if you were strong, you wouldn't be injured, so clearly you're weak and someone else more fitting should take your spot. They don't have as many dragon allies, and the ones they do are corrupted by dark magic, so they just grab whatever monstrosity they can find in the Midwest and put it in chains until it's time for battle. Much like their cousins in space, if you find you're about to be captured by them, it's probably best to just off yourself. They may not have quite as exotic measures of torturing you, but they make up for it with a real go-getter attitude in the field of human rights violations. There's a holiday called Blood Night. The cult of the god of murder goes around and kidnaps people to murder. They steal elven girls to be trained as witch elves like them, and they throw elven boys in a cauldron of boiling blood. If they survive, they get trained as an assassin.
I think Twitter would love them. Oh my god. Oh wait, there's so many other people in here. When you walk in and hear, no, don't run away, we're only harlots. Oh my gosh, Nixie, hi, welcome in! Don't worry, we can get her to be reasonable about the simping. I can be negotiated. Dark elves are my fave. He's like Darth Vader and Soren rolled together. Yo, some Warhammer stuff? Yes, Warhammer! Sounds like a Monday, right? Hi, cutie, congrats on 500. Thank you! Thank you so much! No. Okay, so with the Dark Elves, what I'm realizing with them so far is that they are like an edgelord's fantasy, basically. Like, there's a lot of kidnapping, and I think this blood cult too. I think that is really cool, especially because, I mean, so far, what I've been told is women aren't allowed in Warhammer. I mean, not by a lot of people. Obviously, there's a lot of people supporting and helping me get into Warhammer, but there are like a few people. There are a few people that are like, ew, girls, yucky, cooties. So, this throwing them into boiling cauldrons, like, yes, 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 I agree with this message. Stamp of approval, tiny pixie day. um, I think it's cool though. I like the diversity that there is in fantasy, because there's a lot more stuff to play with in terms of like having something unique. You know what I mean? Throw the misogynist into a boiling pot. That's what I say. That's what I say. Which, listen, I think that it's perfectly normal. I mean, if you're saying I can't be into Warhammer, then guess what I say to you? I will throw you in a boiling cauldron. Okay, that is what will happen. I will become a dark elf. You don't want me to switch up from a wood elf to a dark elf. You don't want that. You don't want me to lose absolute all feelings. You know what I mean? But she is a baddie. She is a baddie. Like, look at these baddies. They, anytime, anywhere.
I think a concrete statistic has ever been given, but you can assume that not many people survive this. If you like being edgy, either ironically or because you think suffering is inherently deep, you'll like the Druchii. I can already feel the viewer retention going down, though, from how long I've been talking about elves, so how about we move to their polar opposites?
Ooh, dwarves.
Elves are posh, regal, and always at least a little bit uptight. Dwarfs are brash, to the point, and consider sobriety a sin. While the elves of Warhammer have a few things that make them stand out a bit from the standard elf template, the dwarfs of Warhammer could fit in just about any setting with minimal issue. They like drinking, they like mining, they hate orcs, and getting them to compliment non-dwarf craftsmanship is like pulling teeth from an orc. They hate magic, but
I literally want to learn how to whittle, because I had a D&D character where she whittled spoons and would like scoop people's eyeballs out with him. Like, I want to learn how to whittle just for that reason. No, I will not commit violent acts, but I do want to make my own wooden spoons. And that says a lot about me. I know it does. I know it does. I have no way to refute that I am a chaotic being. But it is what it is. Your hat is giving thoughts. I'll put it that way. What do you mean? What's wrong with my hat? You like how bouncy it is? Bounce, 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 bouncy, bouncy, bounce, 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 bounce. Okay, sorry. She will commit violent acts just on people's feet. I will bite your feet. I will suck your toes. You're so innocent, I can't take that. Nixie. Baby girl. Princess. Divine. What are you talking about? Wait. What are you talking about? Is there a hidden message in why my model daddy made my hat look like this? What are mushrooms shaped like?